What an incredible night. Thanks you all. Thanks to you all for being here. I mean, look around the room. Just a few years ago that people said women's basketball in LA can't be big, can't be covered, can't be sold out. And I think you guys, us together, all keep proving that wrong. So appreciate that. Magical night. Really, really incredibly proud of our team. I said to anyone who asked me prior that UCLA is legit good as people think they are. I wasn't watching film saying, hey, they're not as good as people think. I said they're really good and we have to be better than them to win the game, to earn it. And I thought our players did everything in their power to do that. I thought it was an incredible team win, but obviously I would be remiss if I didn't talk about, these two young women sitting here. No one in our locker room is surprised at the performance that Clarice put on. My husband just sent me something that, like, a post that someone said, Clarice Akunwafo will be remembered, right? Like, it was in just an unbelievable, Galen moment. She was phenomenal, but we all just know what she's capable of and plays her role as well as anyone I've coached. And I know you're gonna ask me a million questions. I didn't teach JuJu any of that. Just try to put her in situations to be her best self, and she does most of that work. What I was so impressed with tonight, obviously, was just the mentality she came out with. Obviously, the ball going through the net helps, but when we changed our coverages in the second half and said we can't just go one-on-one with Betts, we have to double, but the double's got to be good. She ends up with 8 blocks as well. I thought our team stepped up, did a lot of toughness, things that won us the game in the fourth. But I think this is a historic Galen performance that we should appreciate from JuJu and her team, and then move on to the next one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just to be, just have that youthful spirit, like, on the floor. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Just to be out there and just to be happy out there, go out there with my teammates and get the job done. I think that's really all I could ask for. And then, like you said, it has been a tough couple weeks for me, but just staying true to the process. I mean, there's a lesson in everything, and I think that is to always stay joyful on the course. So. Yeah, I said it earlier, like, Betts is just an anomaly. So, like, I think it was just important that C and Rhea and Kiki knew that the guards had their back as well, and we're all in it together. And any way I could help C out, really, she can hold her own. But I was able to get my hands on a lot of bet shots, and when it came down to the stretch of it. So just any way I could help out defensively, I was down to do it. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really a dream come true. I mean, not to shout out anybody, but Sanaya Lathan, Monica, OG Monica in the crowd, Issa Rae, Kevin Hart, like, it was just an amazing crowd, and grateful for all the fans. And then, when you have people like that show up, you can't disappoint. So shout out Monica for that. But yeah, I'm really just like a kid out there and just living out my dreams for real. So yeah.
You start.
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat the question, please? Honestly, Juju is amazing. I didn't even realize she was struggling until now. But every single day she shows up, she's her best, and I appreciate that. And like y'all see on the court.
Thank you. I mean, I didn't say this to him in the locker room, but I'll probably say it to him. We weren't a terrible team after we lost to Notre Dame, and we're not the national champions tonight. But when you have opportunities in front of you, it can test like where you are. And the one thing I did say to him, we don't talk about the losses a ton, but we've had 2 losses that we didn't feel good about, and we wanted that to be a catalyst for us against a team that hadn't had that feeling yet. Now they're going to have it too, and it's the next iteration of our games, with them when we face them again. But we've got 3 games before that. They'll be better. We'll be better. It's our only double round match in the game in the Big Ten, so that everyone will learn from the scout. We don't expect it to get easier, but we want to take care of business until then. And then that next one when we play will be the biggest game, but not before these ones that are in front of us right away.
Honestly, like yes, I do my best to like shield her and like play great post defense. But honestly, the biggest thing is like ball pressure, and the guards do a great job of beating the ball. So like even if let's say 1 second Beth is open, they can't pass the ball to her because of amazing ball pressure. And shout out to Ju because she had my back. I ain't gonna hold you. 'Cause Beth got me
Always.
sometimes, but I know
Always.
Ju had my back and had that block. So yeah.
I'm going to add because she's not going to say it. It's just a clinic in post defense because we talked about not letting Bets get to her spots. So she is 6'6" and incredibly athletic, and just the work to not get her to spots. But then she also can get deflections and kind of get around to make it tough without lunging and giving her something easy. I mean, we've seen it for a couple of years now, and it's as important as any other like piece of our team and our singular kind of ability. And she stays ready for when her name is called. I think it's important in a season that's a long journey and we're not at the end to find the joy and recognize the really cool moments when we have them. I think we'd be remiss if you just move on to the next thing. But we know we're not, aren't champions today. We're not where we want to go. But to just recognize the atmosphere, the crowd, the individual, just growth process things that I see on our team. Like literally, I will remember this defensive performance by C. We will be talking about this with our coaching staff, years from now. We will, right? Juju's just heroic shot making and effort and intensity, especially coming after the million questions she gets when it does not perfect out there. And there was a play, like I said in there, where it was in front of our bench and there was like 4 or 5 rebounds and Ken's diving on the floor and Avery and somehow Ju, and then it gets back to Kiki and the free throws. I just think those are the things that we'll remember, and just becomes one epic game in a season. But you have to find joy in those, even though as a coach we'll say, okay, now we got to win on Saturday or whatever day, Sunday. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that like every game is going to have a little bit of a different story, and that's what I'm trying to get our players to really understand and buy into. Everyone wants to make every shot. We want everything to be perfect, but she came out just on such a heater and was like 6 for 7 from 3 in the first half and had it cooking. Like I felt like other people were gonna have to make plays at some point, or they were gonna force us to do different things. And just Kiki getting out in transition and doing what she does better than anyone, running the floor and having a high motor, like that broke them down a little bit. I said in there we were small for a minute. I think we had Kiki at the 5. Betts was out, so I was going small to see if we could get a 3 or something. I called a play for Avery, and then they checked Betts back in, and I was like, okay, let's run Avery's play and then get C in. And she hits that 3 off of a designed play, and it took her right out. So I got to get C in, and like that's how you win basketball games, when everyone just knows what is needed of them. But that was an incredibly important bucket. I think it gave us the lead. The execution was great. We got her on what we call a wiper screen, and she knocked it down. Just you don't win without everybody doing what they have to do to win. Kennedy Smith's defense was unbelievable. I thought, Kaylee Hecklegate, TV. I mean, just I could go through the list. It doesn't happen without everyone, even though the numbers today are skewed where, JuJu and Kiki are the only one double figures, and another day we can score 86 points when, our leading scorers don't have their best day. That's what we're going to have to do, and get everyone in as good a place as possible, and have a belief in one another that it takes what it takes. I mean, I thought we had to change our energy. Like they're a really good team. We know they're going to come at us, but I felt like we looked a little too defeated at that point. I called a timeout, got on them, and then we switched also to doubling the post more, just to make it more disruptive and difficult. And I thought they were getting on each other too, to just stay locked in and chip away. We obviously had our struggles in the third quarter offensively, but just a couple big plays kept us within striking distance. We're like, we're right here, and then we were able to take it, over the top.
Yeah, she's just amazing on both ends of the floor, and I think she really gives us the energy that we need on defense. She rattles the other players so much where they, their minds are scrambled. So she's just such an important part of our team, and I'm glad we have her. And she definitely gives us all the energy we need on defense. Yeah, I think it's just like whatever it takes to win, honestly. Like, I didn't plan on having that many blocks, but I think that's what we needed to win, and just any way I can help out, that's my goal. So.
My mentality was kind of like, take a deep breath. You got this. Next play mentality. Also, Jude did come up to me too and was like, she's gonna score. She's a great player, but I got your back. And she did have my back. After that, so yeah, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Watered down. It's not watered down. Come on.
I know what you're saying, right? Like we had people switch schools back in, like they're not here for as long. We have a lot of the LA kids, right, that have grown up with it. We have a lot of competitors. We have a team in the locker room, the ones who are not from LA, who understand. It's like we know a lot of the players. We've seen a lot of them. In the media, they've seen a lot of us. So there's nothing more. It really means something, and it's for big stakes in terms of championships and things. So it's just everything you want in a rivalry.
Yeah, honestly, I think, I don't think too much, like, honestly. But I'm grateful for my team. I think we all collectively hold that responsibility. I think it doesn't fall on my shoulders solely. Um, so, like I said, anything I can do to contribute, I'm gonna do, and it's not really a calculated thing. It's just like a feel for the game, and so I just kind of let my mind take over and just get winning plays done. Yeah. Yeah, I think coach has just always been by my side throughout the whole process, and she calms me down in moments and um, you know puts me in the right position to do what I do. And these past couple weeks have been rough from a shooting percentage perspective, but we have the relationship where it's like, you got the next one, you got the next one. So I just think that confidence in me is really all I need, and it just motivates me to go out there and play freely.